that I think that could beat Tank. That would be Devin, that would be Shakur, and Tank Davis himself.
Yeah,
right.
You got the last one right. That's the only person that can beat me, Gervonta Davis. That's the only person. Niggas cannot touch me at all. They all been in the ring with me. They all been in the ring with me. They all been in the ring, and I cracked both of them. I feel
you, but check this right, Tank. But okay, so you telling me you cracked both of them, right? But I was also told that Devin got the best of you in the last sparring session.
He didn't get no best of me. He did not get no best of me.
He jumped right off the plane and sparred Devin. Right off the plane.
He didn't get no best of me.
Let me tell you something, man. You can go on the internet.
And you know I sparred him twice. Right.
And Bill
took him out the ring.
And Bill admitted that. Bill and Dad both said that.
Almost knocked him out in Floyd gym. Did they tell you that? Did they tell you I almost knocked him out in the gym? Did they tell you that?
I don't know, but I ain't hear that.
Oh, okay.
I ain't hear that.
That was Gervonta Tank Davis talking about sparring Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney. Now, Shakur immediately responded to Gervonta by stating, quote, he waited until he got 2 fights lined up to start talking crazy. If he believed that lie he just told, tell him to fight me then. And be real about sparring if you're gonna come up here. Tell them how you learned so much sparring me. You wanted to train with me and everything. At Gervonta. In addition to that, Shakur responded to a fan who believes that Tank will beat him. Shakur said, quote, he too little. I could never lose to no midget. Then Gervonta responded to an old tweet by Shakur that said, truth be told, me, Devin, and Tank are the coldest boxers today in my opinion, and the leaders of the new generation. 100. Tank said in response, they get a little hype off their fights and forget who really run this shit. Now, first of all, Shakur didn't forget necessarily what he said. Shakur have always given credit where credit is due. All Shakur is saying, if Tank believes that he cracked him in sparring, then Shakur wants Gervonta to stand by them words and run it with him in the ring. Shakur want to fight Gervonta, as he's been calling out Gervonta for a while now. But we can't say the same for Gervonta. Gervonta have never called out Shakur, nor have he ever accepted Shakur's challenge to fight, at the very least. If you may wonder why, it's for good reasons. Gervonta sparred Shakur back when Gervonta was preparing for a world title shot against Pedraza. At that time, Tank was 22 years old. On the other hand, Shakur Stevenson was 19, training to make his pro debut right after the Olympics. So at that moment in time, there's no doubt about it, Gervonta was older and more experienced than Shakur. However, even then, Gervonta was so impressed by Shakur that he kept him for his whole entire training camp for a world champion. Therefore, if anybody that knows how good Shakur Stevenson is, that will be Gervonta. That's why he has him last on his hit list. That's why he says everything but let's fight. And from what I heard, according to my sources, Shakur did really well in their sparring with Tank for a guy that was making his pro debut. The sparring was competitive both ways. However, that ain't a knock on Tank because Shakur got the best of Lomachenko when he sparred him. And Shakur has been sparring the likes of Crawford, boxing pound for pound #1, who fights at 147. In fact, when Shakur sparred Crawford for the first time, they were 4 divisions apart. Furthermore, when it came to Gervonta versus Devin Haney sparring at the TMT gym, Gervonta, I believe he was 21 years old, while Devin Haney was 17. Even then, Devin Haney got the best of Gervonta, to the extent that Gervonta waved the white flag. Now, a lot of people say Gervonta was out of shape, that's why he quit. But if Gervonta is claiming that he almost knocked out Devin in sparring, then it doesn't matter if he was out of shape or not, because Tank is one of the best finishers in the game. If Devin was that hurt, Gervonta should have taken him out. Only one thing for sure and 2 things for certain. Bill Haney made money that night, betting on the sparring with Adrian Bronerfather, so We all know who won that sparring in particular. Plus, if Gervonta did that well, then why doesn't Gervonta people release the footage? ES News got the footage for the entire sparring. That's self-explanatory. Nevertheless, sparring is different than a real fight, way different. There are no headgears and smaller gloves, but even then, the undisputed champion Devin Haney has been calling out Gervonta forever now. And like Devin Haney says, they say everything but let's fight. Last but not least, most likely Devin Haney is going to be moving up to 140 pounds real soon, as he has been struggling to make the 135 pounds limit for a while now, which that's going to leave the whole entire division for the taking. And that's going to open doors for Gervonta and Shakur to have the biggest mega fight at the lightweight division. And that's not to suggest that the Devin Haney fight won't happen. The fight can still happen at 140 pounds. Remember, Tank already fought at 140 already. Or perhaps Devin Haney could still probably make 135 pounds. We shall see. With the facts being laid out. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe below. And click on the notification bell to be continued on the next episode of Akhi, Akhi TV. Peace. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.